From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Ants Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Well, happy Monday morning to you. Real quick reminder, you may know about this already because everyone's been so excited about it over the last couple of weeks. This is Reading Rodeo Week, folks, and the first event will be Wednesday night, so you've got to get your tickets now. I do know that Friday and Saturday night is sold out, so you got to get in there for Wednesday or Thursday. You can go to readingrodeo.com to get your tickets or call the box office. Make sure you get those tickets now. Want to show you the photo of the day. This is from Matthew Fuentes. He sent this last week, and this was on his hike on the trail there. You can clearly see the snake. There's the rattle. This is that time of the year we're going to start seeing more and more of that, so just be aware of your surroundings when you are on those hikes. But this is, again, that photo of the day sent to us by Matthew Fuentes. I want to thank him for sharing that photo, and if you want to share your photo, see them right here on the Morning Update or even on Coffee with Krueger, just send them from the free Weather NorCal app. That's what Matthew did. That's what you can do, and you can see your photo right here. All right, let's get you right into your weather headlines. Big temperature drop today. You're going to notice it. I mean, it was a nice day yesterday, right? But it is going to be a lot cooler. You may need that light jacket through the day today. We're also looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms. They're already starting this morning here for many parts of Northern California. We'll continue through this morning, through the afternoon. There will be thunderstorms. Some areas may still see some showers and thunderstorms Tuesday, but not everyone. We'll get into that a little bit later. A gradual warming trend and dry for the rest of this week. So I don't expect there to be a major heat wave. It's just going to be a little bit warmer, obviously, than it is today. Now, there's going to be a possibility for some showers and cooler by the weekend. The concern that I have, and I'm watching it closely, and I've been seeing this really off and on over the last week or so, is Saturday. Saturday, Reading Rodeo, I'm a little concerned there might be some rain for the rodeo. More on that a little bit later, a little bit of teaser too, right? Here's a look at Krueger's Quickcast for your Monday, May 12th. For those of you that just want to know what to expect here for today, let's get you out the door this morning. It's going to be a wet start to the day. Now, not everyone's going to be looking at rain and heavy rain, or it's going to be scattered showers, some parts heavier than others. There may even be an isolated thunderstorm through the morning hours as well, but I think those better chances will be through the afternoon. Today is Special Kids Day, and the Asphalt Cowboys is putting this on. It's a great event that they hold out at the Reading Rodeo grounds. Just some great events for the kids. It starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. I know some people last week were asking me, they were concerned about this rain here for today and for Special Kids Day. Unfortunately, there are going to be periods where the rain will be a bit of a nuisance. So make sure if you're heading out to this event today with the kiddos that you've got an umbrella. Maybe a poncho is not a bad idea, and make sure under those ponchos they've got something warm to wear, because even 9 and 10 a.m. you're talking about temperatures only in the low to mid 50s, showers and thunderstorms as we get into the late morning and early afternoon hours. Now, you're also seeing the reason this is all happening, swirl of low pressure. You see the counterclockwise spin, colder air getting wrapped up in that. That's all the ingredients we need for these showers and thunderstorms. Just your typical cool and unsettled pattern. So we take you through the morning hours. You can see the showers and thunderstorms popping up late this morning and even into the afternoon. There's 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon. We're seeing the scattered showers and thunderstorms, not only for the valley, but even in the higher elevations. So everyone is looking at this chance. Snow levels could drop to as low as 4,500 feet at points of time this morning, but otherwise mainly above that, around 6,000 feet. And then we'll continue this into the overnight hours for some areas before it dries out as we go early tomorrow morning. And more on that potential for more showers and thunderstorms on Tuesday in just a bit. Winds today, a bit gusty coming out of the south here, even for parts of the valley. But overall, we're not going to be looking at the winds we saw yesterday, which were close to 50 miles per hour in some cases here. Just the off and on nuisance breeze, borderline windy conditions here for the next couple of days. Temperatures are not warming up a whole lot today, folks, so you're going to need to wear something warm because temperatures are only reaching the mid to even some upper 60s. You will see scattered showers and thunderstorms. It's one of those days. Keep an umbrella in the car because you may need it as you're out and about today. Those temperatures are going to be in the 40s and 50s for the higher elevations and somewhere in the mid to upper 50s here for the coast. But, you know, no lightning strikes there for the coast. We could see some lightning strikes there too. So tomorrow tomorrow, I do expect dry conditions here for the valley. There may be a stray sprinkle for parts of Redding tomorrow afternoon, but a closer look at that here in just a bit. Wednesday through the weekend is dry. I'm not putting it in here just yet for Saturday, and in particular, really everyone in the valley, but I am going to watch for that potential for some shower activity, possibly for even the valley. But I think the better chances at this point in time look to be on the coast and the higher elevations and inland. So you can see the showers and thunderstorms today. You're dry for your Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, dry, but maybe another chance for showers as we go into Saturday. For Siskiyou, Modoc County, Eastern Mountains. Now, these are the areas for Siskiyou County and the Eastern Mountains and Modoc County. Chance for thunderstorms continue for your Tuesday, but it does dry out. Gradual warming trend through Friday, and there's another chance for showers by the time we get into Saturday. All right, that's a look at Krueger's Quickcast. And if you want to stick around for the deeper dive forecast, do that. But for those of you that got what you need, have a great day. Try to stay warm and try to stay dry out there. Do want to remind you there's a 24-hour streaming channel you have access to. It's available on all platforms. Weather NorCal is available, weathernorcal.com, the app, Fire TV, Roku. Anywhere YouTube is available, including your smart TV. So check that out if that's something you haven't seen yet. And what I like about the YouTube app, it's not just the 24-hour streaming channel, but you can also watch videos on demand like this weather forecast if you're not already doing that. So there you can see the winds this morning, fairly often on breezy, borderline windy conditions throughout the day today. Tomorrow morning, those winds die down. Tomorrow afternoon, they pick back up again. Again, that more of that nuisance wind coming in out of the north for tomorrow. And even on Wednesday, we've got a bit of a breeze out there, especially for the valley and along the coast. So just bear that in mind as you're out and about over the next few days, as those winds will be kind of gusty at times. Area of low pressure, again, you can clearly see the spin. You see that counterclockwise spin around the low pressure. This is originating from the Gulf of Alaska, so it's a cold area of low pressure. And it is cold, folks, especially for this time of the year. It's not going to warm up a whole lot. So again, I reiterate the fact, and I don't do this. I don't tell people what to do or what to wear. But do be aware of the fact that you may need to wear something warm, like a light jacket to keep you warm if you're out and about today. The areas in green are just indicating these are where we see the best chances for thunderstorms. At this point, I don't anticipate anything severe, but we got to certainly watch for that. Tomorrow, I think most of the thunderstorm activity will be off to the east, but I do think places like Siskiyou County could see that potential. All right, let's walk you through the timing of all this and get you through it here for the next couple of days. Now, don't take these to be the exact locations at each time to be exact. What this is telling us is that across all of Northern California, scattered showers and thunderstorms, chances for everyone. Here you can see by mid-afternoon, everyone's seen that potential. By the way, we're seeing snow down to as low as 4,000 feet this morning, slowly rising throughout the day today. But you can see 6 p.m. across the board, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Now, what you may have noticed, we're not seeing as much activity here for the coast, and that's why I don't anticipate the chances for thunderstorms there, but you can still see some of the showers here throughout the day. There's 10 p.m. tonight. There's most of the showers and thunderstorms. They're beginning to kind of wrap up a little bit here. So by the time we get into early tomorrow morning, looks like we're drying things out here, but still some clouds. Now, this particular forecast model is getting a little aggressive on how far west this activity comes in, including parts of the valley. So midday Tuesday, this model wants to bring in the potential for maybe a stray sprinkle or a light shower for the Redding area, but you can see here, Siskiyou and Modoc counties, you're seeing some of those showers and thunderstorms. Now, this will push to the south. You see that pretty much moves on out and chances begin to diminish for the valley. But most of it, like we saw that area shaded in green for Tuesday from the Storm Prediction Center, indicating chances for showers and thunderstorms off to the east. So that's where I anticipate most of the activity to be. That being said, there may be a passing sprinkle even through the afternoon for parts of the valley, in particular up to the north. Even Tuesday, 6 p.m., you're still seeing those showers and thunderstorms still off to the east here. Then by Tuesday night into Wednesday, we're going to dry things out entirely. Still some clouds out there in some areas here, even Wednesday morning, and even some passing high clouds through the day on Wednesday. But I think across the board, all of us will be dry by Wednesday. Now, this is another thing I have to really point out. When you look at these numbers, don't go, I'm going to see exactly 4,900s where I live in Redding. No, that is not the case. When we're dealing with what I was talking about, scattered showers and thunderstorms across the region, these numbers are going to vary. And this really does help to illustrate that, because some areas only seeing a few hundredths of an inch of rainfall, where other areas are seeing upwards of a half an inch and even close to an inch. And what we saw in Futurecast is that we're not seeing much activity for the coast, and that may be the case. But I think, like for example, if you see no thunderstorms, there's a very good chance you'll only see a few hundredths to, maybe a tenth or more, a little bit more than that for this time frame today, right? But if you see a thunderstorm or two or even three, now you're talking upwards of a half an inch, maybe even close to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. So it just depends on where these thunderstorms develop. Will depend on how high your number gets. But bottom line, I think everyone's going to see measurable rainfall in some shape or form. Snow, well, not necessarily for the mountain communities, but I think some of the higher mountain communities like Chester, upper Shingletown around Viola, maybe seeing some of that, maybe Alturas, maybe Fall River Mills, right? Some of these areas may see some snowflakes, and yeah, that might be pushing it for Fall River Mills, by the way. But mainly, I'd say 4,000 feet or higher, wouldn't be surprised if you see some snowflakes. Now, what does that mean for our road conditions? Well, I was initially thinking maybe Scott Mountain might see some snow, but it doesn't look like that's the case. However, look at Cedar Pass at over 6,000 feet. Could you see some snow there, maybe even accumulating? Chances are slim. Road temperatures are fairly warm, so it's going to be hard for that to happen. So really, for the most part, I think you'll mainly be dealing with, if you are high enough in elevation, you may see snowflakes. It may get slick at times, but at this point, I'm not anticipating any chain requirements. But be sure to watch Tahoe because you've got some higher mountain passes there that could create some problems. So then we dry things out for, as I mentioned, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But this is where I've got a little bit of a concern here. Watch closely. As we go into Saturday, look what's happening. You see how we've got these showers here? Now, I'll tell you this. This forecast model actually just updated before I went on here. It was much more aggressive with this rain. But what I'm seeing here with the trend for both the European and the American forecast model is that it's mainly in the mountains. Even along the coast could see some activity here. But it is getting awfully close to the valley. And I've seen some of that where it gets a little bit more aggressive for the valley. And that would mean for the Reading Rodeo, possibly, showers. Now, at this point, I'm not setting it in stone, but something we got to watch here. And then it looks like as we go into Sunday, Monday of next week, high pressure starts to build in, so any of the storms should stay to our north, and we warm up as well. And even though we're seeing a little bit of this roller coaster ride with the temperatures, it's not going to get too hot once we do see the warmer air move in. So there's the cooler air. There's also the source for the winds, by the way, even going into Tuesday. That cooler air moves out. Nice little ridge of high pressure here, but it's having a hard time building because we've got these storms riding to the north, flattening out that ridge. So that keeps our temperatures at bay, mainly in the mid-80s at their warmest. Some areas may be reaching the upper 80s. So not getting too terribly hot out there. And then we've got some cooler air. This is what we got to watch here for Saturday and Sunday as this kind of dives down to the south and east. I think, again, we were talking about where most of the showers will be in the higher elevations on Saturday. But another impact we've got to consider here is the fact that we are going to be looking at the potential for some winds, as this is a bit of an inside slider. And when we talk about inside sliders, we talk about those winds too. And that may continue into Sunday and possibly even into Monday of next week. But again, not too terribly hot. You can see through this week, even into the weekend, we're only getting in the low to mid 80s, a little bit warmer maybe by Friday, and then they may tick back upward to about 90 somewhere near the beginning of next week. So not bad for May, folks. I mean, how many times do we see triple digits in May? A lot. It hasn't happened so far. Take a look at the lake levels. They are still very, very healthy. There's not much more to say about that other than the fact that we can be happy with the fact that we've got really full reservoirs. Those wave heights fairly high here for today. They are expected to retreat a little bit for tomorrow, but bottom line, if you need to be on a small boat, just be aware of the fact that there is a small crept advisory here for today. That may even linger into your Tuesday as well. So here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. It's cool out there, folks, only reaching the upper 50s for many of you, especially on the Highway 299 corridor. Dry by Tuesday through Friday, maybe another chance for showers by Saturday. North Coast, out towards central and southern Humboldt County, Showers, maybe some thunderstorms, especially for the inland areas. I think that's where we'll see the better chances for lightning strikes. 59 degrees for Orleans, 62 degrees out in Willow Creek. Siskiyou County, showers and thunderstorms off and on throughout the day today. That could continue into your Tuesday, drying out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Another chance on Saturday. Modoc County, showers and thunderstorms today and tomorrow, drying out by Wednesday, and much, much cooler out there. 40s and 50s for the eastern mountains today. 43 in Mineral. Look at Viola, 43 today, but 55 degrees for a high today in Paradise. Let's take you out to the valley neighborhood forecast to the south. Temperatures only reaching the mid to upper 60s, so again, you may need that light jacket even in the valley. Looking at your 7-day forecast for Chico, it's warming back up in the low to mid 80s, not much warmer than that, and then another slight dip in our temperatures by Saturday and Sunday. Overnight lows should be in the 50s, even some low 60s in there. Let's take you up to the north, 65 degrees for Redding, all the way down to Cottonwood, maybe a little bit warmer in Red Bluff at about 67 degrees. 58 though in Lakehead, struggling to get out of the 50s there. 58 degrees for Whiskeytown in Bella Vista, about 63. There's your 7-day forecast for Redding. There's that chance for showers and thunderstorms today. Now, again, I don't have anything in there for you on Tuesday, but keep in mind there may be a stray sprinkle here and there. Otherwise, it's dry, and we're back in the mid to upper 80s for Thursday, Friday. Saturday, I'm not setting it in stone just yet, but do note that I am watching the potential for some showers, possibly even for the valley on Saturday. Stay tuned for that. Otherwise, I'll have the latest forecast at noon. Until then, have yourselves a great morning.
This May, get active with the Shasta Bike Month and Challenge. For both beginner and experienced cyclists, you can ride anywhere, anytime during the month of May. Whether it's to work, the store, or a leisurely spin on a trail, every ride counts. Join the challenge and log your rides with the Love to Ride platform. Compete as a team of coworkers, friends, or family. Every bike ride you take earns you chances to win local prizes. Sign up today at ShastaBikeChallenge.org.